Dear students, in this video I am going to discuss about cerium 4 as oxidant. Here cerium 4 in the form of ceric sulfate. So first of all, before going to any oxidant or reductant system, we need to know about that particular reagent. So first of all, introduction to cerium 4. This cerium 4 sulfate is a powerful oxidizing agent, and its potential value in 0.5 molar to 4 molar H2SO4 at 25 degrees Celsius is 1.43 plus or minus 0.05 volts, that is 1.38 volts to 1.48 volts. It is its potential value. And cerium sulfate can be used only in acid medium. Generally, it is widely used and best used in 0.5 molar or high concentrations, because in neutral as well as in basic medium, ceric hydroxide or hydrated cerium oxide or basic salts are precipitated. So that is the reason why you should not use this ceric sulfate in either neutral medium or basic medium. If you use it in those media, then what happens is it can produce either ceric hydroxide or hydrated cerium oxide. Okay, right. Next, what are the advantages of this ceric sulfate or cerium 4 sulfate over permanganate? When compared to permanganate, what are the advantages? Okay, right. Now, generally, these cerium sulfate solutions are remarkably stable over prolonged periods. Means you can store for more time when compared to KMnO4. They need not to be protected from light and may even be boiled for a short time without appreciable change in concentration. So even be boiled, then there is no concentration change. Next, cerium sulfate may be employed in the presence of high concentrations of reducing agents and in the presence of high concentrations of HCl in cold conditions also, but it will not be possible for KMnO4. Next, cerium sulfate solution of 0.1 molar concentration are not too highly colored to abstract vision when reading the meniscus in the burette and other titrimetric apparatus. Generally, cerium sulfate solution, that is 0.1 molar solution of ceric sulfate, it is not too highly colored to abstract vision when reading the meniscus. While taking the reading in burette, you know very well the upper meniscus and lower meniscus value. Okay, right. So here it is very convenient while taking the reading also. Okay. Next, cerium sulfate solution has intense yellow color, and in hot condition which is not too dilute, the endpoint may be detected without an indicator. Why? Because it is intense yellow color. So you cannot use, you need not use the indicator if it is somewhat high concentration. Okay. Next, the reaction with ceric sulfate is very simple reaction. Why? Because it can gain only 1 mole of electron to produce cerium 3 plus. So these 5 And one more advantage of cerium sulfate compared to KMnO4 is cerium sulfate solution in dilute H2SO4 is stable even at boiling temperature. Okay, so these are the advantages of cerium 4 solution when compared to the KMnO4. Next, what are the disadvantages? Okay, first one, HCl solution of cerium sulfate at boiling temperature is unstable because of reduction of cerium 3 by chloride ion takes place with simultaneous liberation of chlorine gas. So this is the disadvantage in case of HCl solution. So what should you do? You need to prevent it. Hence, HCl can be used in oxidation when the reaction takes place at boiling temperatures. In such a case, H2SO4 is used. So instead of HCl, in this case, you need to use the H2SO4 solution. The presence of HF is harmful since fluoride ion forms a stable complex with cerium 4 ion and decolorized the yellow solution. So this is the disadvantage. Okay, the presence of HF is not convenient. Why? Because it can form a complex with cerium 4 that will decolorize the yellow solution. Next, the formal potential of cerium 4 cerium 3 system greatly dependent on the nature and concentration of the acid present. Why? Because by varying concentration of the acid, by varying the acids, the potential value will be varied. For example, 1 mole of H2SO4 it can produce 1.44 volts. 1 molar HNO3 it can produce 1.61 volt of formal potential. 1 molar perchloric acid it can produce 1.70 volt. 8 molar perchloric acid it can produce 1.87 volts of formal potential. So these are the disadvantages of cerium 4. First disadvantage with HCl. So instead of HCl you need to use H2SO4, and you should not use you should not use this in the presence of HF. Why? Because it will decolorize the cerium 4 solution, and formal potential values will be varied depending on the nature and concentration of the acid present. Next, a discussion about indicators. What are the indicators used here? So generally internal indicators are suitable for titrations with cerium 4 sulfate. Most frequently used indicators are well-known indicators: N-phenylanthranilic acid, ferrine, that is 1,10-phenanthroline, and 5,6-diethylferrine. These three are the indicators which are used in the case of cerium 4 solutions. Next, how can you prepare cerium 4 solution? Okay, generally cerium 4 solutions are commercially 3 different salts. They are cerium 4 sulfate, cerium ammonium sulfate, next ceric ammonium nitrate. So the preparation is dependent on the nature of the salt. Okay, for example, if you wanted to prepare the solution from ceric ammonium nitrate, simple, just dissolve AR grade, that is analytical reagent grade, ceric ammonium nitrate salt in 1 molar H2SO4 solution directly. Okay, right. In some cases nitrate ion is undesirable, so in such cases what should you do? You need to remove the nitrate ion by evaporating the solid with concentrated H2SO4. Simple. Next, preparation of cerium 4 solution from ceric sulfate. Simply weigh about 35 to 36 gram of ceric sulfate into a 500 ml beaker, then add 56 ml of 1:1 H2SO4 and stir with frequent addition of water and gentle warming until the salt is completely dissolved. Transfer to the 1 liter volumetric flask, and when cold make up the solution up to the mark with distilled water. Is it clear? Right. Simply weigh about 35 to 36 gram of ceric sulfate, Next, add 56 ml of H2SO4, and to that solution add distilled water up to the mark in 1 liter volumetric flask. Next, preparation of cerium 4 solution from ceric ammonium sulfate. Okay, right. So here weigh out accurately 64 to 66 gram of ceric ammonium sulfate, and it is mixed in a solution prepared by adding 28 ml of concentrated H2SO4 and 500 ml distilled water. Stir the mixture until the solid has dissolved completely. Then transfer to a 1 liter VF and make up to the mark with distilled water. So simple procedures are there to prepare cerium 4 sulfate solutions or cerium 4 solutions. Okay, next, how can you standardize? Simple. You can standardize the cerium 4 sulfate solution or cerium 4 solutions with arsenic oxide. The reaction between cerium and arsenic oxide is very slow at ambient temperature. Thus, it is necessary to add a catalyst, that is osmium tetroxide. So, the arsenic oxide is dissolved in NaOH solution. After thoroughly mixing for few minutes, the solution is acidified with dilute H2SO4. After that, add 2 drops of osmium tetroxide solution, that is prepared by dissolving 0.1 gram of osmium tetroxide in 40 ml of 0.05 molar H2SO4, and then add 1 to 2 drops of ferroin or 0.5 ml of N-phenylanthranilic acid. Indicator, these are the indicators. So it is titrated with cerium ion solution to the first sharp color change from orange red to very pale blue color. So these are the reactions which are taking place while standardizing cerium 4 solution with arsenic oxide. For example, this arsenic oxide, in the presence of OH minus ions, it can produce this one, and in the presence of acid, it can produce this one, and then cerium 4 will combine with this arsenic acid, so it can be converted. Cerium 4 will be converted into cerium 3, and cerium 4 oxidize this one to this one. Okay, right. Next, what are the applications of cerium 4? Generally, it is very useful for the determination of copper. Generally, these copper 2 ions are quantitatively reduced in 2 molar HCl solution by means of silver reductor to copper 1 state. So, copper 2 will be converted into copper 1. So, this solution is collected in a solution of ammonium ferric sulfate, and the formed ferrous ion is titrated with standard ceric sulfate solution using ferroin or N-phenylanthranilic acid as indicator. So it is indirect method. Okay, right. So comparatively large amounts of HNO3, zinc, cadmium, bismuth, tin, arsenic, these has no effect on the determination. So this method may be applied to the determination of copper in brass. Okay, generally what happens, this copper ion can combine with the ferric iron to produce copper, and this produced iron 2, quantitatively produced iron 2 will be oxidized by cerium 4 ion. Second application of cerium 4 solution is for the determination of molybdate. So generally molybdates are quantitatively reduced in 2 molar HCl solution at 60 to 80 degrees Celsius temperature by silver reductor to molybdenum 5. The reduced molybdenum 5 solution is sufficiently stable over a short period of time in air. So it should be titrated with the standard cerium 4 solution. Why? Because this is the reduced form. So it will be oxidized by cerium 4 solution as quick as possible using ferroin as indicator. Then elements such as iron, copper, vanadium, nitrate interferes since its reduction is catalyzed by molybdate. So this is the oxidation or redox reaction of molybdenum and cerium ion to molybdenum 6 and cerium 3. And last application is determination of nitrites. So satisfactory results are obtained by adding nitrite solution to excess of standard 0.1 molar ceric sulfate solution. That is, it is back titration method. And that determining the excess cerium with the standard iron 2 solution. This is the reaction, redox reaction that takes place while determining the nitrite ions. Okay, so in this video we learned about the cerium 4 as oxidant introduction. Next, what are the advantages of cerium 4 compared with KMnO4, and then what are the disadvantages. Next, what are the indicators used. Next, what is the standardization procedure. Next, what are the applications. Okay, thank you for your kind attention to this class.